lovely people, it's Cara here and I am so mad. I hope you're all really well and have had a good week, whatever you're getting up to, and I hope you've got some sewing done. So this week, sometimes in life I think it's great to encourage you to be brave. And so when I got a phone call from the owner of Lady McElRoy asking me if I could do some work with him as part of my ongoing collaboration with Lady McElRoy, I needed to remember that being brave is a good thing for our souls, because he said to me, I'm going to be on Sewing Street and I'm going to be featuring some fabrics, and I would love you to make some outfits for my new model, and I'd love the fabric to do all the talking, but could you just make it look fabulous? just make it look fabulous. So I was like, I actually don't do sewing for anyone else. I have done it a couple of times, as you'll know, so this will only be the third time I've made anything for anyone else. And then he said to me, so I've got 6 fabrics I'd love you to feature, so could you do 6 dresses? It's like, oh, okay, yeah, lovely, fantastic. And then I said to him, when you mean dresses, do you mean actual dresses or do you mean outfits? And then he explained that they are going to be on Sewing Street, a 2-hour show, and she'll need to go off and change, and then obviously he'll need to be talking about the fabric. What an exciting opportunity. Oh my goodness. So then he sent me the screenshots of the fabric, so I had no idea what fabric I was going to be dealing with at that stage. And it turns out there was 8 fabrics that he'd like me to feature. Now I have got a list of those fabrics with me, and hopefully I can find them on my page here, because I don't have the best handwriting. I should have been a doctor, I reckon. But it was very exciting and a little bit nerve-wracking, because the timescales on this were okay, they were okay, but obviously I needed to make sure the fabric got to me okay. He asked me to send him screenshots of around 12 dressmaking patterns, so that then he could choose or just verify that the vision we had was the same. So that was really exciting. So I reached out to some of my sewing friends. I'm like, I have this situation, what are your recommendations? And actually, luckily for me, the recommendations that people came back with were very similar to what I had already. So how are you feeling about the knowledge that I've got to make 8 outfits in quite a short time scale with fabric that I've not seen yet and on a model I've never met? Yes, maybe you felt similar to how I did, but I was very exciting. And you know, the planets aligned for me, which was lovely, because this lovely model here, this lovely mannequin, actually belongs to my best friend's daughter, and she no longer uses it, and she is a very slender lady. And she kindly said that I could have this for her for this project. And actually, when she dropped it off, she said, I don't need it, because she doesn't do sewing anymore. So that was really sweet. So this model is the same size as the model that is going to be on Sewing Street. And as you watch this, the Sewing Street episode has already aired. And I haven't seen it yet, because this is the Monday. The Sewing Street is on Saturday, and this will come out to you sometime after that. That's very exciting, isn't it? So let me get started. Now, there'll be no surprises with the patterns that I've chosen. I don't think they're simple, but they're not overly complex, because I'd had a time scale in mind, obviously. So it's very exciting. I hope you're as excited as I am. So the screenshots that I got sent were, there's one jersey and the rest of them were woven. I had asked the owner of Lady McElRoy, did he want seasonally appropriate clothes, as in for now, or was he looking at transitional? And actually the answer was, it's about the fabric. So I said, okay, that's absolutely fine. So let me start off with the item that's behind us here. Now, so I'm going to be reading off my little piece of paper here. Now, this is called Peach Daydream. It is actually an absolutely stunning cotton, so it's a cotton Marie Care lawn, and it actually feels like a Liberty Tana lawn or something like that. It's got a beautiful handle to it, beautiful drape, as you can see here, and I optioned to make the Adelina Sarafan dress from Help Her Sew, which I'll put in the details below. Now you'll know that just a couple of weeks ago I made one of these for myself, so I'll put that photo in here. And it's a very, very simple construction. It's actually, well, there'll be some of you watching going, no it isn't, but it isn't complicated. You basically get one section at the top here, and then this is 3 sections here, and you basically make 2 bodices, one lines the other, and then obviously you've got the straps here and quite a simple gathered skirt, which to some of you I agree that's quite a lot of work, but for me that was okay. Now the original design, and it's got a lovely back on this and the same gathered skirt here. The original design comes with a zip in the back, so it would have had a zip down through here. Well, I found when I made mine that I didn't need it, and based on what's happened here, the model doesn't need it either, which is very exciting. So let me swizzle her back round. It's actually floor length. Let me see if I can show you that. Yeah, right down to the floor. Let's put that back up again. And it turns out that the model that I'm making for is actually 5'10". So that's a new thing for me too. She's also a size 6 to 8. So I did a WhatsApp call with her, and she's quite a young lady, amazing lady, and she luckily had a dressmaker's tape, because obviously a metal tape wouldn't give me the same measurements, and we WhatsApped called, and I just told her how to take the measurements and so on. So that was really lovely, just a great opportunity for us both to sort of put a face to a name and those sorts of things. So this was the first one, and I decided to make this pattern one pattern, 2 fabrics. So let me show you the next one. Do you know what? I told you I couldn't read my own writing. That wasn't the right fabric at all. This is the Cotton Marie Care Lawn, which I'll talk about in a second, and this is called Peach Daydream. This beautiful dress that I just showed you, honestly, I do actually need my head red. Look how beautiful that is. It's absolutely stunning. Just such lovely drape, so silky soft. This is actually called Pretty Amazing Pink, and it's actually a Morracain crepe. So it does have a very slight texture to it, but infinitesimal, and it is super soft. And I stand by what I said, it actually feels like a Tana lawn with more drape, if that makes sense. But yeah, so sorry about that. Get it round the wrong way on the first dress. We've got 7 to go, Cara. So that was, yeah, really exciting. But this, oh my word, so this is called Peach Daydream, and it's a Cotton Marie Care Lawn. It's just lovely, and I wanted to show that the pattern looks, how the fabric changes how the pattern looks, because actually already it's exactly the same size dress, but the fit on the model is quite different, because that's sort of got some natural give, if you like. It's not a stretch at all, but because of the lightness and fluidity of the fabric, it does sit differently. And here you can see already that it fits slightly different, so it's slightly snugger on the model, but it's absolutely heavenly. Again, full length, again got the panel at the top here, and then 3 sections, and these really simple straps. Ever so easy to do. It's all beautifully finished on the inside and everything. I haven't, although I've made them quickly, I haven't rushed the process. I would be wearing this if this was in my size. It is stunning. So I think for when you imagine he's going to be on a television program talking about his fabrics, I think it would just be really nice to see how different fabrics can come up with such a different look. Okay, so next up we have a Stevie dress by Tilly and the Buttons. And you know, I haven't made a Stevie dress for the longest time. In fact, I think it might have been one of the first things I made when I started dressmaking. And I, for whatever reason, have never revisited the pattern until now. And I love how this has come out. This is actually called, I'll try and get it right this time, shall I? It's the Cotton Peasantine, and that's P-A-S-A-N-T-E poplin, so a cotton poplin. And this is called Plain Sailing. and it is stunning. So it's got a pure white background. I hope that the camera is doing that justice, because it's got these absolutely stunning sailboats all over it. And I chose the Stevie because I just wanted the fabric to do all the talking. So you've got a grown on sleeve with the Stevie dress, and then at the back here you've got this lovely yoke detail which creates a natural opening, and then I've put on there some ties as well. I didn't do the cuffs on the dress, and I didn't put the optional pockets on too. So that's kind of really how I made it as speedy as I could. I didn't do the options, extra options, so no pockets, things like that on all of these makes. It's quite a short dress. I imagine it'll come to your sort of knee or just above your knee, but it's super simple, and I hope you agree that it just lets the fabric really speak for itself. And this, for the Stevie, a structured fabric like this cotton poplin is absolutely perfect. And I was just delighted to make it. Again, I wish this was my size, because I'd love to have had a go at making this one. But what do you think? What do you think of my thoughts on my patterns and you know, the choices of patterns? Because the fabric is Lady McElroy, it's fabulous, and obviously it was the owner's choice as to what I made. But let me show you the next one, because there's lots more to come. Okay, so this one's slightly less glamorous to show you, because it's quite hard to show you actually. But this is an Avenir jumpsuit, and this is made out of, let me just find that. This is actually a Viscose Challis, and it's called Floral River. It's absolutely beautiful. In fact, I think I'm going to take it off here, having just pinned it on there, and show it to you. It's so lightweight. Now, if you were going on holiday somewhere, this is the Avenir jumpsuit you want to take with you, because it is absolutely stunning. So Viscose Challis, which is something I don't think I've knowingly worked with before, but look at the design on that. It's so beautiful. And if you're worried that you can't remember what I'm saying or the designs I'm using, then I will leave links in the description box below. I actually, because I know this lady is going to be trying these on changing really quickly, I popped a little a label in there that says handmade, so that she could tell the front from the back. Now, the Avenir jumpsuit, super simple to make and very, very easy to wear. I didn't put the pockets in this one for obvious reasons, but it's just absolutely lovely. Just so dreamily soft and easy to wear. I'm so excited. As I film this, obviously I don't know what these look like on the lady. I am a little bit nervous, but this mannequin is this lady's size. And when you're dressmaking, what do you do except make clothes that meet your measurements? And I've made the Avenir before, as you know. Actually, I've got one to feature, put on a video very soon. But I absolutely love this. And as I say, this fabric is just sensational. Let me show you another one. It's funny, you know, I guess at the beginning of the video, I should have said to you guys, or sort of asked you to predict, but it's just for fun, predict what patterns I would have included in my top choices, I suppose. And it would have therefore been inevitable, wouldn't it, that I'd have a jumpsuit in there, because you know I love a jumpsuit. In fact, I'm wearing a jumpsuit today, which I'll talk about in a future video, but this is the Rose jumpsuit by Jolie Lab. Absolutely love how this came out. Sorry, I've got a dog barking somewhere, sorry about that. Now, this dress is a surprise to me, because this is the Kielo wrap dress by Named Clothing. I know you would have seen loads of Kielo wrap dresses in your time. I, however, have never made a Kielo wrap dress. And I have to say, I had to ask a lot of questions of my sewing friends about the construction of this outfit, because the instructions for binding the armholes are scant. It literally says the width of the binding, but doesn't say now how long it needs to be. It just says it needs to be 1 inch longer than the notches, which I know in itself is a measurement, but I found that to be really difficult, because I don't know, I just couldn't make it curve very well. So this isn't my finest sewing, which is a bit frustrating. I know one of my friends who's Whatever Katie Sews over on Instagram. She's got this sort of the original version of the Kielo wrap dress, and I think at that stage they just told you to turn the arm, like just turn it in on itself. And I will make this again for myself even, I think. But I will probably just do that because the binding took longer than the rest of the dress put together, which is very frustrating. The neck binding, however, that was nice and simple because that's a drafted pattern piece. But look at this fabric. I hope that my camera is doing us justice. This is actually what they call a Juliet jersey, and it's called Leopard Rosarium, and it's beautiful. I've seen loads of Kielo wrap dresses over the years, and I think when you're making a Kielo wrap dress, the best thing to do, or best fabric to use rather, is a very, very lightweight one, so that you don't actually create bulk around this glorious area. I know you've all seen this before, but it's the first one I've ever made. Look, that's the shape of the Kielo wrap dress on both sides, and then obviously you just cinch it in, and you could actually go to the front or to the back, but I actually think it looks quite pretty just like that. Now this is a size small of the Kielo wrap dress, and I just love how it came together. And this fabric, it's a great choice from the owner, because it really is just absolutely stunning. And leopard print is very popular, obviously, so I think this will go really, really well on the television programme, and I just loved it. So the construction is incredibly simple once you've got your head around the binding, but you literally put the shoulder seams together, you do a neck binding, and then essentially once you've worked out the binding, or basically just I think what I would do next time is that you basically do the sides to that point. You then put your straps in, which you just put right sides together and created a strap like this, and then you just basically don't go down the side seam. So it's incredibly quick to make. You turn it obviously then right side out, and then I will probably then do the binding at that point, because that was the other thing, they got you to do it in the flat, and I couldn't quite work out at that stage where the sewing was starting on this side bit. So lesson learnt, I suppose. So it's not my neatest here, because I ended up literally having to turn in a little bit, and the binding was already there. I can't really explain it very well, but it was the first time I'd made it, and I was determined to get it done, basically. But isn't it absolutely lovely? And the back is really nice too. Yeah, beautifully cinched in. It's just a lovely shape. I quite look forward to making one of those in the future. So let's see what else I made. I hope you're enjoying this. I know it's quite a quick run through. I've got to be quick because I'm going to get this into the post, to to Lady McElRoy today, which is very exciting. So you know that I'm slightly obsessed with the Andi set by Swim Style Patterns. So naturally, one of these had to sneak its way into this little collection. And so yes, I've made the ruched top here. I've put a photo of the full length job on the mannequin for you. And I also made a pair of Pomona trousers to go with it. I made these a little bit longer so that they fit Anila, who's the model. Yeah, and very simple construction on these. So you just got to literally a front, it's just one pattern piece essentially, because it's got the front and the back on it, which I explained in a recent video. And then you fold over the top to make a waistband, and I've used her measurements. So yeah, really simple, but together they look absolutely heavenly together. And as I say, I'll pop a photo of when they were pinned onto the mannequin there, because I just felt looking at dresses for 2 hours, I thought the viewers of the Sewing Street channel might want a bit more variety, and I just love this fabric. And this fabric is actually called, let me just have a look for you. This is a Viscose Florenza. It's a Viscose Florenza crepe, and it's actually called Palace Gardens because it's got the most beautiful birds on it. Look how lovely is that? And it's colourway rose. Look, how lovely is that? It is a stunning fabric. Again, if you're going somewhere warm over the next few weeks and you wanted something lovely and wafty, then this is the one for you. Look at the lovely birds. Look, absolutely stunning. You can see there from the fluidity of the movement, and it's just got the silkiest handle, as the other crepe did actually, but lightweight, really easy to sew with. And again, I popped a label in the back so that she can just change really quickly, and that says stitched. So super pleased with how that came out. And I know I said this last time that I was lucky enough to make for Lady McElroy. I actually just want to keep all of these things. They are just all so wearable and such beautiful fabrics. But I've got 2 more outfits to show you. So this is another dress that I made really early on in my sewing journey, if you like, and I haven't revisited it since, and I don't know why. This is the Lotta by Tilly and the Buttons, and it is a stunning, beautiful dress. Honestly, so easy to make. You cut the front on the fold, the back on the fold, and then the 2 same skirt pieces, which makes it super simple to make. Again, excuse me, sorry, I left off the optional pockets on the front because I wanted to keep it simple, and I didn't interface the neckline, but I did use the neckline facing, and that's what creates the lovely finish at the top. This beautiful fabric is a Viscose Challis again, so really lovely, lightweight, and this is called Floral Flames because it's actually got on it these beautiful boxes which you've got flowers in. So you've got poppies there, and you've got daisies, and you've got pansies. It is absolutely stunning, really beautiful. It is actually it's very lightweight, so again, perfect for warm weather. It is quite, you might want to line it. I think it's absolutely fine. You can't see my hand there, but if you were in a very light environment, then some people might be conscious that it's not sheer exactly. It's not sheer. I don't know, Lady Diana moment. You know, we can just sort of see a lot of light through the dress. So some people might be more comfortable than that with others. Personally, I'd be absolutely fine with it. It's not indecent in any way, shape or form, but it is quite a lightweight fabric. But oh my word, it's just lovely. And it was actually Rachel from French Seams who recommended the Lotta. I think it's her favourite skirt piece. She says every dress she makes ends up with a Lotta skirt somehow or other, and I can see why. So thank you, Rachel, for the recommendation of that one. I just absolutely love this. I'm so pleased with how they've all come out. It's just been the loveliest project to work on, and I had a bit of a vision of me videoing sort of each make as I went on, because this has been happening over the course of this week. But I was so in the zone that by the time I'd finished one item, I'd either moved on to the next, or I needed to have dinner or walk the dogs or work for a living. So that's why I'm sort of culminating them in one video now for you. But one more outfit to go, so stay tuned. Okay, and this is the last outfit, and I hope this is doing it justice. I have actually probably got a slightly better picture than what I've just put on the mannequin here, because I've literally just put this on. And this is again, predictions would be that the Paula Knot top would be included in these makes. The Paula Knot top is by Sycamore Road Patterns. It's a devilishly simple top to make. It's pretty much, it's got grown on sleeves. You've got 2 fronts, a back obviously, and then the ties, and you've got a hole in one side on this side, and then it's wrapped around the back here with some lovely long ties. There are lots of different ways you can tie this top. I haven't sussed out any of the other ways of doing it, but I just think it was perfect. And this, I'm obsessed with this fabric, by the way. This actually is called Marabou Mosaic Cotton Marie Care Lawn. There's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? And just is absolutely lovely. It's actually quite a structured fabric, as it is more like a cotton poplin than a cotton lawn, but it works brilliantly for this design. And the trousers again are the Pomona trousers by Anthea. Again, a super simple construction, and I just think that lets all the fabric do the talking, and I'm so excited to see the model wearing this outfit on Saturday. I just think it's going to really showcase the fabric. Whew. What do you think? Honestly, I've absolutely loved doing this size of project. I was quite daunted to start off with, but just took my time. I loved choosing the patterns that I was going to use. I then suggested to the owner which patterns would go with which fabric, and he trusted my judgment on that. So I just want to say a massive thank you to Lady McElroy for trusting me with their amazing fabric. This is a paid collaboration, so I'm very grateful for that, and I genuinely look forward to seeing this on Sewing Street. I will leave links below to all of the patterns and all of the fabrics, and also a link to Sewing Street, where I believe you will be able to watch the actual episode with my items being featured. Well, the things I've made, they're not my items or my fabrics, but you know what I'm saying. So I'm quite excited to see that and to see the lovely model wearing these items, because it is all new to me and I really enjoyed the opportunity of getting involved in that. So I hope you enjoyed that, and stay tuned for there'll be something else coming up. Past this project, I haven't had a chance to think of very much, but I do know, and I keep promising, that there are some Maison Fauve clothes ahead, which is true. I've got those cut out and ready to go, so I move swiftly on from this project to that and look forward to sharing that with you. But the release date for those isn't until mid-September, so you're going to have to wait, I'm afraid. But I'll keep you posted, because there is still some standard Cara sewing going on in the mix of it. This jumpsuit included in that. So I look forward to sharing that with you next time. Stay safe and well, everybody. Take care. See you again soon. Bye bye.